Hi everyone, good day. Welcome to attend the Hikvision HCSA-Display training program. Today we will introduce digital signage for you. So after the course, we hope you can understand digital signage system topology, know about models of Hikvision digital signage products, master different functions and operations of Hik Central FocSign, which is also called HCF. So the content of today is divided into three parts. First, the overview, then digital signage products and features, and at last, Hik Central FocSign functions and operations. Let's take a look at overview first, start to know about our digital signage products, and take a look at the system topology. We can see there are poster and light box everywhere in, for example, the shopping mall, right? They are being used for advertisement. But the content of those kind of poster can't change, right? Since some of them can only be used for once. And it costs a lot of labor. But now we can choose digital signage for advertising. With digital signage, we can have various media formats, not only picture but also video can be played on digital signage screen. It can save a lot of cost. You can redesign the content of the advertisement without buying a new one, right? With centralized software, for example HCF, which we will introduce in the last part, you can do the remote management of the digital signage, like making a schedule for at what kind of time to play, what kind of content, etc. So here is a system topology example of headquarter and its branch of using digital signage. For example, in headquarter, after advertisement designer finished the designing with HCF, with related authority, marketing manager can go on to schedule the advertisement in different advertising in different branches, right? So we have three types of device forms to meet different application scenarios. First will be floor standing screen, and then wall-mounted digital signage. And at last, if a screen is not a digital signage, we can also use a digital signage box to connect with the screen with HDMI cable to let it play function of a digital signage. Alright, so this is pretty much the example topology of our digital signage products. So here are more typical application scenarios for our digital signage. It can be used in cantiering. It can display menu, notify to pick up the mail, can be matched with touch device to achieve ordering function, for example. It can achieve standardization. All stores can synchronously push menu and advertisement. Improve chain store professional stance, right? Obviously can be used in shopping mall, display promotions, advertisement, or latest product news, promotional videos, etc. And also for retail, to display promotional ad, latest product news, promotion videos also, right? And also it's suitable for office building. It can display the relevant content of the enterprise image and cultural construction, for example. More important is that it's fast and efficient. You can quickly release meeting arrangements or important notice. Now we know how we use digital signage products in different scenarios. Now let's focus on Hikvision digital signage products and features. See how they can benefit us. So the first will be the naming rule. Let's find out together what kind of information we can get from this example model number here. So first will be DSD. It means the Hikvision display products, and 60 here, which means it is a digital signage product, all right? And then 55 here, which means the size of this digital signage. Like here, we have a size of 55-inch digital signage, right? And if there is a C, which means this is a digital signage box. And then F here, or there could be T or U, which are all the series identifier, for example, F, which means it's 1080p non-touch series, and T, which means 1080p touch series, and U for the 4K series, all right? And then L here, which means front tempered glass. If there is N, which means it's a narrow bezel product without tempered glass, all right? And then some suffix B here, which means the generation of this product. For example, B stands for second generation and C for the third generation. And third generation is intelligent enhanced. And then after slash, there could be a S, which means this is a floor standing digital signage. And if there is nothing, which means it's a wall mounted digital signage. So the diagram here shows all our digital signage products according to different series and screen size. Like we have from the top left, we can see UH series, then go down UN series, and then FN series. Compared with UN series, UH series has higher brightness, but they all have 4K resolution, right? And FN series has lowest brightness and with 1080p resolution. And they all have different size of product, we can see. On the right side are two floor standing digital signage products, 43 UL and 55 UL. Like I said before, we have three forms of products: wall mounted and floor standing, we have seen in the last slide, right? And the third one will be the digital signage box. It's on the right. And the screen have long service life of 7 days, 24 hours using, and wide viewing angle of 178 degrees horizontally and vertically. They have both HDMI and VGA input interface. The box can work with users' existing display equipment, like I said before, right? And the digital signage support onboard one-channel 4K or below, which is actually 4-channel 1080p CCTV decoding. Okay, so you have to watch out the decoding ability of digital signage. For wall-mounted digital signage, you can have flexible installation. It has two types of installation: portrait and landscape. Of course, in centralized software on HikCentral FocSign, for example, HCF, user can configure the display content to be either vertical or horizontal to fit with two installation model. There are two ways to play the content in digital signage. One is synchronized with HDMI or VGA. It's easy to understand, right? You connect the video source or the content source directly with the digital signage. And the other one is asynchronous with HCF to release the content at a play-by schedule. Like the topology here, you can connect the digital signage through network and manage it on HCF. So let's take a closer look at wall-mounted series first. Our screens are all explosion-proof tempered glass, which can bring you safer protection, right? We have size of 22 or 32 or 43 or 55 inch for you to choose. It's equipped with 4-core CPU, 1 audio in and 1 audio out, and 1 RG45 input, and with 2 USB 2.0 interface. And there is 1 TF card slot for the digital signage. You can choose resolution of 1080p or 3840 multiply 2160. It supports wired and wireless Wi-Fi. The system is now Android 8.0 with storage of 2 GB memory, 8 GB eMMC. You can expand the storage with maximum 128 GB. The next will be floor standing digital signage. Maybe you have already saw this kind of products in buildings or malls, right? Whatever beside the entrance or elevator. Here are some parameters of our floor standing digital signage now. So they are actually almost the same as the parameter of wall mounted. but the size here are 43 or 55 inch and only with 1080p resolution for now. Alright? And at last, the digital signage box, the third form of our products, right? As I said before, it's compatible with all types of display devices or third-party devices, as long as it has HDMI input interface. It can be directly connected with LCD controller or monitor and connected with LED sending card. Alright? And here we have a short summary about the highlight features of our digital signage products. First will be the hardware design. It uses the Class B standard, which is higher than the industrial electromagnetic compatibility safety test standard, also can effectively reduce the radiation to human body. And they have stylish appearance and better viewing experience, right? FN series has ultra narrow frame, for example. And they have high strength tempered glass protection. The screen supports up to 4-channel 1080p camera decoding display, like we said before, right? Or 1 channel of, yes, 4K camera, right? So except from the hardware design, our digital signage can also provide high quality image color. The LCD screen supports long time use of 7 days of 24 hours and provide great color. And with wide viewing angle of 178 degrees vertically and horizontally. Okay, so after the introduction of all our digital signage products, let's focus on the centralized software HCF, Hike Central FocSign, to do the management of digital signage. First, let's have an overview of it. Hike Central FocSign is a platform to remotely manage digital signage devices. It supports maximum 1,024 pieces, right? So we will introduce how to do the management step by step later. It's a BS structure. It's free for first 30 channels, which means you can add 30 terminals, 30 digital signage for free. And HCF has rich materials types. We can edit the program with pictures or videos inside and then make a schedule for it. So on the right side is simple topology of it, we can see. Before we start to learn the operation of HCF, we should have the workflow in our mind. It's very important, all right? So from the beginning, we should add a terminal, for example, a digital signage screen, then add material like the picture, the video, the live view of a camera even. And then we can use the materials uploaded to design the normal programs. Like how many pages I should add into this program, how long time will they play for each round, for example, or maybe I just want them to play once, only once, right? Then, after finishing the design, we can now create a schedule for it. And last, we can release it, release the program. And then it will play according to the schedule you just set. And there is one function called cut in. It means like in the building, if you are the administrator, there is something very important you want to share on the screen. For example, there is an entrance is closed, or for now, in a building, for example, you can type the information and release it immediately. And the screen will show this information also immediately. So in case that you are not 100% understand the meaning of the program, here's an explanation of it. Like you have to create a folder and then put the different kinds of documents into it with a computer, right? So the program is just like the folder. You can create lots of pages into it. In each page, like shows in the picture down left, you can create the content like the introduction with picture or photos or videos, right? And these pages will be played in sequence. You You can customize the display time and the schedule of different pages. And last thing we should know about before we go into learn the operation of HCSA FocSign, and you have already know that the HCP can also do the digital signage management. The difference is that HCF is professionally designed for Hikvision digital signage, which is only web client, all right? And it's free for first 30 channel, like we said before. For more channels, you need license, all right? But for HCP, the license is so-called 30 plus N, which means the base function license have 30 channels to be added. All right, if you have base license of digital signage, you can add 30 channels. And HCP has a maximum of 2,048 channels in total. So as long as the total number doesn't exceed, you can buy several more. Now, after you set up server like on a PC, for example, we can now log in through the web client, right? You should enter the same address of this PC to log in the web client of HCF server. This is homepage of HCF. We can see the data overview like material statics, number of programs, schedules or release status of programs, right? And then you can start to add terminal. So go to the general, find resource management, then device and server, and then find digital signage terminal to add the digital signage terminal according to the IP address, for example. And we have basically two access protocol here. One is Hikvision ISAP protocol, and then the other one is Hikvision private protocol. Either ISAP or private can be used on LAN, but private is recommended. And ISAP is also can used for wide area network. And don't forget to type the device name. And also you can upgrade the firmware through our HCF web client. And here we can select up to 5 devices can be upgraded at the same time. And then you can select the correct upgrade package. And the upgrade package needs to be unzipped to update zip, all right? And then if you want to achieve some other solutions like people counting or flow analysis, you have to link cameras, right? And then go to the resource management to find the digital signage you just added, for example. And then in the operation, click it, and then you can find a way to add a device. You can input the correct IP, port, and username and password of the camera. Then add the device channel 1 of the live video. For example, when editing the program, you will find that the channel 1 of the live view is this camera. And also you can select the camera function here. For example, the camera is used for preview or attendance check or temperature screening or people counting, for example. You can choose only one or multiple of them. And in some complicated network environments, you need to set a static IP address or domain name and ports for HCSA FocSign to enable it to access the FocSign server via wide area network. Right? For example, if the FocSign server is in a local area network and you need to visit the platform via the web client running in wide area network, you should enable WAN access and set a static IP address or domain name and ports for HCSA FocSign. And here is how you can do this. You can find it in system configuration, in network, and there is a setting of WAN access. First, you need to enable the access and then do the port mapping and add device via ISAP, for example. And the next step will be add material. So here in the resource management, still here, you can find device and server. There is a subcategory of digital signage terminal. You can find the material here. And you can upload the local material. Also, you can create dynamic material. So what kind of dynamic material do we have? For example, a web page or URL picture or stream media server or IPC. And you have to notice that dynamic material of IPC here is only used for the material when you're editing the program, alright? It's not same as the previous one we mentioned in the last two slides before, that you should add in the resource management, which can also be used for other solutions like people counting or temperature screening, alright? It's only be used for the materials. And like I said before, now we can go into create a program. So a program can have maximum 32 pages, and in each pages there can be 16 windows. In the picture we can see that a program is built up with a lot of pages, right? And in one pages we can see it's built up with a lot of windows, like a window of picture, for example, or a window of a clip of video. And we can have maximum 2,000 program in HikCentral FocSign. So the first step of create program is that to configure program parameters, for example, the name of it and the screen size. For example, we have landscape mode or portrait mode, or we can customize by ourselves. And this is how this landscape mode and portrait mode looks like. And also we can set the sharing property. One is public and one is private. If you set it as public, the other users, when they log into this web client, they can find out this template also. If you set it as private, that only you can see this template. We can select digital signage program template in different kind of use, like used for attendance or people counting or video wall, for example. And this is on the top right is the attendance program template, and on the bottom left is the people counting or temperature screening program templates. And on the bottom right is the video wall template. And the template will automatically match the type of screen size. And then let's go into edit each pages in this program. So after finishing create a program, we're going to edit the page, right? So here on the left we can see there are 10 types of windows we can set in this page. So we can find out here that here is support that we can upload files. So if you forget to upload some materials, you can do it here to do the makeup. And then here is the text adding button, and then here is a button for you to add a button on the screen. And then here is you can enable auto snap. So auto snap means two windows will be connected when they are near enough. It's easier for you to do editing, right? And here is button for preview or save or cutting. So if you want this program to be the cutting program, you can click here. And then on the right we can see there are some other page settings. For example, the first will be playtime type. You can select it as automatic or play it loop or customize it. And the playtime, which means how many times you want this page placed in this program. And here is the button where you can add more pages and edit them one by one. So meanwhile, you can do the window settings. So you can click one window to show the window settings on the right. You can see, right? So first here is you can select the window type as normal or pop-up window. So if it is a pop-up window, you need to add a button here on the page. So if you click it, or if it is a touch screen, you touch the button, then this window will be popped up. So if this window is a pop-up window, it will not show until you click the button or touch the button. Alright? And the switching method here is only for the normal window. So if you select the jump to next window, you need to set the switch to under the switch method here. So which means if you select the jump to next window, when you click it or touch it, it will switch to the picture you selected. And all the pictures you can edit here. You can add all the material into this window. For example, here I have added 2 pictures into this window. Like if I set the picture 2 into the switch 2, when I click the window, it will jump to the picture 2, for example, right? Also, you can select the window as jump to next page. So which means if you click the window, it will jump to the next page. It will show the next page. And then you can select the page in switch 2 here. And the playtime here, and this is the playtime for each material in this window. Alright, so like I have set 2 pictures into this window, and each of these pictures were showed for 10 seconds here. Alright, and we have to pay attention that the audio window cannot be added with video window or live video window at the same time. Alright, up to 16 windows can be added for single page. And then after editing the program, the pages and the windows, we can create the schedule. There are 3 types we can select it. First is the loop, so which means the programs were played one by one in loop continuously. And also you can set it play by date or week, or you can custom the play schedule by yourself. The program will be played according to the schedules on days. And the schedule by default, which means user can define a program as a default program. So if there is no current program by the schedule, the terminal will play the default program. Alright? And here is how we created the schedule. In the digital signage, we can find the schedules here. Just click it and click Add. Find the digital signage which you want to make a schedule. Then click OK. Then go to the next page. You can select it played by group. You can drag the programs into it to make a playlist, and this list will play in loop. Also, this is how we set the play by date. You can select what date this playlist should be played, what kind of time, for example. And also you can select played by week, at which day, Monday or Tuesday, this playlist should be played. And also you can customize by yourself. And the last step should be approved. If you are not the administrator account, if you just a user, you need to approved by the administrator. Alright? So if you are just a normal user, after you have been approved by your administrator, you can release the program. So the program will still be playing normally, even if the connection between the HikCentral, FocSign, and terminals is off. Alright? And then is the cutting message or program, like I said at the beginning. In case of emergency, users can cut in text messages or procedure some programs to play them on terminals immediately, right? So here is an example that how does the cutting text message looks like. You can select the size of this sentence, or you can select the position of this sentence, for example. And also the cutting program will procedure the original schedule. It will be played for some time. You can select by yourself. Afterwards, the program playing schedule will return to normal. Alright? So at last will be device control. So there is a subcategory which is called device control, and here you can start up the digital signage or shut it down or reboot. This is where you can do the cutting text. Also here is a button for stop cutting, and also here you can do the screenshot, etc. So at last will be a video. It will help you to have a review of the operation of our HikCentral FocSign, and while you're watching the video you can have a quick review by yourself. And these are all contents for today's course. Let's have a quick review of today's course. So first we have an overview about our Hikvision digital signage. And then we learned some Hikvision digital signage products. Basically we have three forms. One is the wall-mounted digital signage, and the other one is floor standing, and the last one will be the digital signage box, right? And also we have learned some highlight features. And the last part will be the operation of HikCentral FocSign. For this part, we have learned how to release a program step by step. So I hope you can get a better knowing about the operation of HCF and of our Hikvision digital signage products. And thank you for supporting Hikvision. See you in next course.